students, and welcome to today's session. This is Shweta Roy, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu, and today we are going to start with a beautiful fairy tale, The Little Match Girl. And this is a very touching story, and I am sure that while reading the story, you along with me, we all will be really touched by this wonderful story, and it will really touch our heart touching story, right? So let us start off with today's session without further ado. And yes, before starting off with the session, let me tell you about online education. So, what is the problem that we always face while studying? So, let's talk about the problems, doubts, notes, test and assignments, competitive exams, choice of schedule, choice of language. These are the problems that we generally face. We have come up with the solution. Doubts, notes, test and assignments, competitive exams, schedule, choice of language. All your problems are solved. We have bonus for all of you. Unlimited live classes, all micro and crash courses, performance reports, personalized attention. That is what you're going to get, and this is the bonus apart from all the problems that we have already solved. So what do you need to do? Just visit this link which is given right here. So do not forget. Choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details, click on get subscription, and you can choose any of the options. Choose for 1 month, right? And 3 months, 6 months. So whatever you want. So let me take you back again. For 1 month, if you apply the coupon code, you will see the price you can see over here, right? 2699. After the coupon, it is 2294. You can see the price for 3 months, it's 6999. After the coupon, it's 5949 only. 6 months, it's 11499 before the coupon. After application of the coupon, it's just 9774 for 6 months. Just visit this link and apply the code SWRPRO to avail the amazing opportunity, amazing discount, and amazing bonus as well. So all your problems will be solved, and apart from that, you are also going to get the exciting bonus. And now I wish I really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to see you all in Vedantu. So kindly go ahead and do subscribe. Do get the link and do visit the link and do apply the code that just now I gave it to you. All your problems are going to be solved. We are going to take care of everything. So now let's begin with The Little Match Girl, which is written by Hans Christian Andersen. So let's first talk about Hans Christian Andersen. So as you can see over here, he was a Danish author. He was a prolific writer of play, travelogues, novels, and poems, and he's best remembered for his fairy tales. And how many of you love to read fairy tales? When we were children. Actually, I read the story, The Little Match Girl, when I was a little kid. Yes. So I think my mother, she narrated this story when I was a little kid. So I think you already have read the story when you were a kid, but now when we have grown up, we will see this story from various angles, right? So let's explore the story. And Andersen's fairy tales, consisting of 156 stories along with across 9 volumes, and it has been also translated into more than 125 languages worldwide. So before moving ahead with the session, first of all, let me talk about the session division. We have divided the session into 4 parts for your convenience. First part of the story, important question. Second part of the story, important question, discussion of important questions. And last is their favorite, Menti plus doubts. Before beginning with the story, definitely I am going to talk about a beautiful quote. Share a beautiful quote with you, which says, true compassion means not only feeling another's pain, but also being moved to help relieve it. So, we should not only feel Feeling others' pain, yes, we do, but how many of us actually take a step to to be moved? We are so moved by the other's pain that we actually take a step and help, to relieve the person of the pain. So that is what is the meaning of true compassion. And now let's begin with the beautiful and heart touching story of the little match girl. So, as you know, the little match girl, as the title suggests, the little match girl is the central character and she has been unnamed. So, why has the author not given her any name? Because of a reason that we will talk about later on when we will try to analyze, right? So, first of all, it is set in the backdrop, against the backdrop of a New Year's Eve. It was very cold, and as you can see over here in the picture, it was raining. It was snowing, and it was filled. The streets were filled with frost. Right? Question for you: which day of the year was it in the story? Very simple. Please do comment in the chat box below right away. Next is everyone was busy celebrating the festive day with candles, Christmas trees, delicious dishes. So that is what we usually do for the in the new year, right? New Year's Eve. So party time, right? So everyone was engrossed in that. But this little match girl was roaming around in the streets trying to sell her matches. She was very poor and she was trying to make money out of matches. And you can see that this girl is she's a little girl. At this point of time, when everyone was celebrating, the other half of the population was celebrating. Do we actually, we also have this celebration of New Year's Eve and all that? So do we act, how many of us actually see the children who are, on the streets trying to sell various items? We also encounter so many children trying to sell various items, right? Santa Claus, and Christmas trees, then all those tiaras and all, they are also little children. Do we, even for once we think of them? How many of us, we are all busy in our celebration, but do we, even for a moment, think of their condition? So that was, you can just replace the little match girl with those kids that we encounter in our day-to-day life, right? And she was barefoot and bareheaded. So it was winter, it was harsh cold. However, she was bareheaded, not wearing anything on head, and also barefoot. The question: what was the little girl doing in the New Year's Eve? She had slippers on when she left home early. So initially, when she left home, she was having her mother's slippers. They were too large for her, right? And she used to sell matchsticks, obviously, for earning a living. Question for you again: whose slippers were the little girl wearing? Very simple, you can definitely answer. And then she left home to sell matches on the streets as usual. You can see she was wearing the mother's slippers. She just was about to cross the street when a horse carriage was just directly coming towards her. She was scared. She was so scared that she ran for her life. And during that time, she lost both her slippers. Question for you again: how did the little girl lose her slippers? Very simple. I hope all of you will be able to answer this. She spotted her slippers across the street, but as she was going to take her slippers, she was about to take her slippers. At that moment, a boy, grabbed the slippers and ran away with them. Unfortunately, what happened to the slippers? Very simple. Just now we discussed. So please do write it in the chat box below. The little girl continued walking with the bare feet. Her feet turned blue because of the chilling cold. So just imagine, it was snowing. And at that point of time, let alone, be the thick boots that we should have worn in order to protect our feet. She was not even wearing her slippers. Even slippers were not enough to protect her from the cold. And she was not also wearing the slipper, not even wearing the slipper. So think of her condition, right? Now, how did the little girl's feet turn to blue? Then She ran to the corner of a street and waited for the customers. So even in that condition, she was still waiting for the customers, still waiting to sell her matchstick. She waited for a long time, but no one came to her. No one. Now imagine the condition of those children who really wait when you are enjoying with your family, with everyone. You go to the church or you enjoy it in your own way, enjoy Christmas in your own way, right? Go out, right? Celebrate, party. But have you ever tried to empathize or sympathize with the condition of those children who are waiting for the customers to sell their little things? So matchstick, insignificant item for us, but this was very, very, very important for her, because that would actually give her living. The money that she earned for living was from the only matchstick. So insignificant matchstick, but very precious for her. Similarly, the items which these children try to sell, whom we encounter in our daily lives, those items are insignificant for us, but for them it is their, you know the means for earning their livelihood, right? So we should consider, sometimes we should give it a thought once. Stop at that point, stop everything, and be calm and try to think about their condition, right? For a time being, for even at least a moment. However, she did not lose hope and she continued to wait for her customers. It was snowing heavily, and the poor girl was shivering with cold and hunger, because she was hungry. She did not have money, and she was also having no customers. She was starting to feel hopeless, right? Why was the little girl shivering? She prayed to God to help her, because she finding no other options. She started to pray to God to enable her to sell her matchstick so that she could get some food for her family. She wanted to go home, obviously, because of the cold. She was not able to bear the cold any long. But what would she go back? What would she say to her family when she goes back? Her father would be definitely angry at her, because she's not able to sell and she's not able to earn money, and she had returned home without earning anything. Why couldn't the little girl go home? So with that, that is the I'm going to stop over here, and then we will continue the second half, what happened with the little girl. That is very, very, very important, and with a lot of rich symbols, with a lot of rich and powerful message, with the that is there in the second half of the story. So before I sign off, I'm just going to ask you a very simple question. Please do comment in the comment section. What do you think of those children whom you encounter in your day to day life, who try to sell these little things and who are afraid to go home without the money, because maybe they have someone, if not their parents, or they do have someone above us who are going to really uh, you know be rude or scold, or I don't know, threaten them and ask them about the money. Why haven't they been able to get any money? Right? So, what is your take on these children? So, as I told you, the little girl has been unnamed. Why has she been unnamed? This is done to actually universalize the concept, because we have these children filled up. We have many of these children. We encounter them throughout our life, in our day to day life. But have we stopped for a moment and tried to think, tried to feel the compassion? As I began the session with a quote on compassion. So, true compassion is not only about thinking about someone else's pain, but also trying to, help them out to relieve them of pain. But do we ever try to even think about their pain? So please do uh, comment in the comment section, and yes, do not forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much. Take care. See you again in the next session with the second part. So stay tuned. Bye bye.